Establishing that reading is just something that you do for fun. There are obviously benefits in a lot of different aspects of your life. You need it as a skill, but it's really fun. And if you set that example and they see that you're reading, I don't know that they really question it, just what you do.
Parents are their first and most important teachers, and as such, they have an important role to play in shaping their child's reading readiness.
The children who are read to when they're young tend to have more success in school.
It's never too early, and it's also never too late. It doesn't matter what you're reading, just that you're reading, and that you're establishing that bond with your child, and they're associating being loved and happy with books. Babies who look at books end up with a much larger vocabulary than babies who don't.
At home, I try to read him a book every night before he goes to sleep.
We do a lot of reading to her, books of all, whether it's stuff we're reading or like touch and feel books with like colors and shapes and animals. She loves to be left alone during tummy time with some board books to flip through.
Sometimes we don't get the whole book, and that's okay.
I also just try to tell her, narrate what I'm doing during the day, so she can just hear my voice and get used to the sounds. I got some really big books that have bigger pictures, and she really likes to look on them if we both lay down. She likes to look up at them and point.
We love the board books because she has a lot of fun turning the pages, often in the wrong direction. So it can be hard to make progress in a book because we often open the first page and then just close it. And then open the first page and close it again. But we're making progress.
Reading, especially to young kids, sets them up with some skills and abilities that allow them to succeed when they get to school and then just later in life, even after school when they're adults, in a way that not many activities that you do with 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds can do.
If you're uncomfortable reading a book, get a book that's just pictures with no words and just talk about the pictures. It's your voice that children want to hear, it's your language they want to hear, it's the opportunity to be close to them.
I don't think I'd want to be in this part of the ocean. There's some interesting, different looking fish.
Regardless of what happens during the day, and there's headbutting or whatever, there's that time right before bed where it's good. We're having this time together that's free of any strife. And it's fun to share the stories together too.
We read every night to all 3 of my kids, and sometimes getting all 3 of them engaged is almost more of a headache than it is fun. It is okay to just let them run around and let them do other things throughout the process.
It's really helpful to settle the kids. My wife and I have been pretty dedicated to making sure we read to them as much as possible, and we read in front of them as much as possible, and it's really paid off.
Students that come into kindergarten with the literacy skills and social emotional skills have a greater advantage over peers that don't.
Literacy is a key to a lot. If you can't read, then it makes it really hard to really maneuver in life. And so for our children in our school, we really want to make sure that they have a great solid foundation for literacy and a love for literacy.
Print is everywhere. If you go in a grocery store, there's labels on the groceries that you buy, or there's sales signs, or if you go in a restaurant, there's menus that could be read.
Playing the alphabet game in the car. Look on the billboards or on license plates or wherever, and can you identify these letters or start looking at words?
The magic of a student opening a picture book and not needing to read the words, but telling their own story just based on the pictures, which is some of the biggest power of early reading.
I like to read because it gives me a break from all my troubles that's going on in the real world, and I can go in, and I can go into the world of my favorite characters.
You don't need to read to the specific words on a page to start to get your child excited about reading. It's more the routine. It's really powerful and important to have a specific set time of day, whether it's bedtime or when you get home, where you really drop everything else and just sit together and look at books.
Sometimes it will get tough because of work, or if we're tired or just get busy, but sometimes it seems like a chore, but most of the time it's not hard to do.
An extra bonus. The end. I love this.